Morning, it's Middleman TV, y'all, and I'm here to give y'all the recap of the Oshaki Foster Abraham Nova and my thoughts on the fight and where both fighters should go afterwards. So going into the fight, I was real excited. First of all, I was supposed to be at that fight last night in New York City. I wasn't able to make it because there was a lot going on with my family last night, so I wasn't able to make the fight. I was very upset about that because I knew it was going to be an action-packed fight, and I knew it was going to be very entertaining throughout. Okay, but let's get right to it. I knew going into the fight that Oshaki, I'd watched him against Rocky Hernandez, I had watched him against Ray Vargas, and I saw that Oshaki Foster is not the quickest starter. Usually takes him up into the middle rounds to get acclimated, and that's when he starts letting his hands go more, and he starts getting more comfortable reading his opponent, and he starts to land his hooks, and he becomes the Oshaki Foster that everyone knows. And it was more the same in this fight. Abraham Nova came out, he established his jab, he established his reign, he was landing, and I had Oshaki Foster losing, 3 of the first 4 rounds? I really had Abraham Nova coming out strong, coming out in New York, and really fighting well, man. And I got a lot of respect for Abraham Nova. He's a real good fighter, in my opinion. I just want to say that. As the middle rounds came, I still thought Nova had control, but Oshaki was starting to win rounds. Through 6-7 rounds, I had it around 5-2, 4-3 in favor of Nova. But I saw that Oshaki was winning rounds. He was starting to gain momentum. And I felt like if he could continue to do that, that he would just do what he does all the time, which is gain momentum in the late rounds and eventually pull away for a unanimous decision victory. And I was right. Nova continued to fade. I say around 8 through 12, Nova started to fade. It started to become Oshaki's fight. And in the championship rounds 10, 11, and 12, that's where Oshaki fights his best, man. And, of course, in round 12, he was able to drop Abraham Nova with a beautiful disguised hook that Nova did not see coming. He landed, but at the same time when he landed, Abraham Nova started to lose his footing. So it wasn't a slip. It was a clean knockdown. However, Nova's footing was not the best. Had he had better, I believe, had his footing been better and had he been in a better spot, he wouldn't have got knocked down by that shot. But since he was kind of already off balance and he got smacked with that shot, he was able to go down for a 10-8 round. And in my opinion, that was the difference because I had it 113 going into the 12th. And Oshaki Foster was able to score a tremendous clutch knockdown in the 12th, man. It's like he does it every time. This is why I'm a huge fan of Oshaki Foster, because he might give up rounds. He might not dominate the fight throughout, but in the championship rounds, when it matters the most, he will show you his grit and his heart, man. I swear, out of all the fighters in the world, there aren't too many fighters out there with more heart than Oshaki Foster. And last night just proved more of that. Abraham Nova proved that he's a tremendous and worthy opponent. Very proud of Abraham Nova. He did not go out like a chump. He won a lot of rounds. Had a very good chance to win that fight. But in the end, sometimes that clutch gene is all that you need. And Oshaki Foster pulled it out, man. And if I'm Oshaki Foster, he has to fight Lamont Roach next, man. Lamont Roach was on Twitter talking crazy smack to him, saying that you got beat up by a 126-pounder that got clipped at 126. What you think I'm going to do to you? Lamont Roach doesn't have that much power. I would love Oshaki Foster's chances against Lamont Roach. That would be a good fight, though, man. That's a fight that they should make next. And they need to make that at the 130-pound division.